Hello everybody, happy post-op day number 25. I am currently walking around the block. Now, I don't live in a big city, so the blocks aren't very big, and I am just about ready to make one lap. As I was walking around the first time, I realized I haven't checked in with you guys for a while, and there's been some things that I've wanted to share with you guys besides how I'm doing and everything. But first of all, like I said, day 25, I'm doing very well. I started walking around the block 4 or 5 days ago, so that I could get out of the house, so I could get some sunshine if the weather allows, so I can get some windy hair, which the Wyoming wind always lets me have windy hair, and also to get moving and to stretch out. So let me tell you guys, the biggest problems that I have right now are not pain. It's just soreness and tightness and trying to get my muscles in my abdomen to strengthen back up and to go straight. Because of course, for the first 14 days, my surgeon wanted me to walk hunched over. He didn't want me to use a walker or anything because I did have the work done on my breasts. And of course, you don't want to use those muscles either because with the reduction and the lift, there was a lot of damage done to those as well. So right now, as I'm walking, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not walking fast. And I'm not, going for a land speed record or anything. But I am trying really hard to have good posture, to stand with my shoulders back, to leave my double chin up, and continue on like that. So today, this is the outfit. Let me set you guys down on the ground here so you guys can get just how beautiful the outfit of the day is. Wow, that makes my legs look really good, doesn't it? So here's the outfit of the day. Yep, we're styling. We have got a pair of Hokas on. We have got some Nurse Yard compression socks. We have some Old Navy shorts that are my husband's, so they're obviously way too big, but they're comfy. We have a Texas shirt that I got for free from the Hyatt Hotel in Dallas, Texas. So at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, so a huge shout out to Hyatt. So this is what I look like. Of course, with the compression socks and the shorts, all of this is compressing. It's a-okay. It's all about comfort. So I don't care. I'm out in public dressed like this. I have got my compression gear still on underneath. I've still got my lipo padding on my back. So this is what I'm like walking around. And I just realized I put you guys up and down. Oh well, it is what it is, right? This is the Snow Gardener 307 channel. And a lot of times stuff isn't planned. I didn't know I was going to make this video for you guys when I came to walk around the block. I just decided as I was thinking. And of course, I did put up that reel that had a couple pictures of me getting marked for surgery. I, of course, blurred out what that would be considered nudity. But I left a lot of the other stuff unblurred because I am me. I'm not going to apologize for being me. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of an idea, now that I'm through the surgery, of why I wanted the surgery. I mean, I don't know many people that wouldn't love to go back to when they were a teenager and be fit, if they were a fit teenager, be a smaller size. Now, I've always struggled with my weight, but of course, struggling with your weight as a teenager versus an almost 50-year-old woman who's had a couple kids, who's breastfed, and who has had 3 open abdominal surgeries before this one is a whole nother story. But first of all, I did not have the surgery to be skinny, and I don't even know what skinny is. I had the surgery first, of course, to repair my abdominal muscles, which I'm super excited about. I can't believe it was almost a 3-inch gap between my abdominal muscles, which is going to help my back, which I've had a lot of problems with, especially being a retired law enforcement with wearing a duty belt on my hips, and my lower back would suffer for that. One time when I went to the clinic when I was in uniform, I had a full belt, which means, of course, I had my gun, I had my ammo, I had everything. And my duty belt weighed 18 pounds, and that's what I was carrying around. So, not doing this to get skinny. Now, another thing that I had was I had a lot of skin around my abdomen because I had gotten quite heavy multiple times in my life. But before I had my hysterectomy, actually, I had went up to 235 pounds. So I'm 5'5", probably 5'4" now. I think I'm shrinking. So it was a lot of weight on a small frame. But as far as carrying weight, I do carry my weight quite well. I have other friends that weigh the same as me, and you know, their pant size might be 2 or 3 sizes bigger. We all know how that goes. So I lost 65 pounds, and I kept that 65 pounds off for over a year. About a year and a half, I think it was, before I had my surgery. So I'm super proud of that. But when I had my surgery, I think I might have gained 5 pounds back before my surgery, and I think I gained that the week before my surgery and stress eating, quite honestly, you guys, which wasn't good, but it is what it is. Again, I am me. I'm not going to apologize. So I digress. Words are hard. Squirrel moments. My brain is going too fast. So of course, I told you guys I wanted my abdominal muscles to be repaired to help my back. Oh, and what I was going to say was the skin. I had a lot of extra skin around my belly and under my boobs and all of that stuff. So the doctor actually ended up removing over or about 8 pounds of skin from my abdomen. And the other thing that really, really bothered me was I had a C-section scar, and then above it, I had a hysterectomy scar. And between those two scars, there was this weird blob of I don't know what. But it really bothered me. Now, who was seeing me in that state? My husband, maybe. And, you know, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Myself. But it really bothered me. So I wanted to get those scars removed as well. Now, I will tell you guys that I didn't realize that I still had my hysterectomy. No, I still had my C-section scar until probably day 18 of recovery. And so I reached out to my doctor's nurse and spoke to her. It was not medically safe for him to remove that because it was too low. So, and that is why my hysterectomy was not done through my scar as well. So I still have that scar, but it's laying nice and flat, so that's a plus. And then lastly, you guys, I wanted to feel good in my own skin again. You know, yes, could I eat healthier? Of course. Could I exercise more? Yes. Could I make better life choices? Yes. But, of course, with age and everything, and with breasts that I joke around about almost being able to tuck into my pants, which not really, but that's what it felt like, no exercise is going to fix that. For all of the skin that was on my abdomen, no exercise, no diet is going to fix that. So I know I don't have to justify my decisions to anybody, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more of the real Marlene and why I'm doing it. And of course, you guys got a really raw video of where I explained, you know, my weight issues and where some of those came from. If you didn't watch that video, make sure you go check that out. It talks about my real childhood story. It does, you know, has some trigger warnings in it. But one of the things that I will always remember, and it's very, very sad, it's a core memory of mine, is I remember my stepfather always asking my mother if she really needed to eat that. Do you really need to eat that? Also, he would say things like, I don't think you should wear that. Or, that makes you look fat. So I grew up with that in my life, along with all of the other things that I already shared. We're not going to get into that this video. And so for me, you know, it can be an excuse. If you guys want to call it an excuse, that's fine. But it definitely has been a struggle. I know how to lose weight, how to get in shape, because I've done it, and I've done it multiple times. And in order to start my career in law enforcement, I had to be in pretty dang good shape to be able to pass the physical fitness test multiple times. And when I went to the law enforcement academy, we were doing some crazy fitness, and I did just fine. So it does come down to laziness a lot of times. And I can tell you guys this, paying over $40,000 on my body for an elective surgery, it has given me the motivation to ensure that I'm not wasting that money, right? I don't want to go back to my old ways of using food as an emotional crutch. And that's the hard thing with food and food addiction, is, yes, if you have a drug addiction, if you have an alcohol addiction, if you have all of these other addictions, those, you don't need those to live. Food, we need it to live. So getting a healthy relationship again with food, making sure that I am moving, because since I retired last April from law enforcement, I can tell you guys this, I am not near as physically fit as I was. And it is super windy. So I need to make sure that I'm doing simple things like today, going out for a walk in the wind. It's a little chilly, but not bad. And when the sun comes out, it's beautiful. And I just need to make sure that I take care of myself. I feel like I've spent the first 40 years of my life being a caretaker. And you guys, I'm almost 50. So if you think about that and you're like, wait a minute, that means you were 10. My mom was very young when she had me. So when I was 10, my mom was 26. And sometimes it felt like my mom was a child. And of course she was. And my mom, as I explained in the other story, had, a horrendous childhood and was in foster care when she got pregnant with me at 16. So it is what it is. But, it's like now it's time for me to put me first. So I've got a chance to make my life better, to make my life longer by being healthier, by being happier. We all know that mental health means just as much as physical health. And so to take the time to work on the things I know I want to, I need to. Whether it is physical fitness, whether it's mental health, whether it's socialization. And you guys, I'm so excited to go back to my new job as a bartender here at our local brewery, just to socialize with people. I didn't realize how much I had missed that. It is going to be so good for my mental health. So now I have walked around almost 3 times. I don't know if you guys can tell. First of all, my arm's getting tired because I'm holding my phone. But because I'm talking and I'm walking with you guys, I am getting a little bit winded. Now, like I said, we're 3.5 weeks or so. I'm not allowed to do any sort of exercise or any strenuous activity or lift more than 10 pounds for a minimum of 6 weeks. So, doing A-okay. And my back right now is pretty sore. But like I said, not pain. And I'm not going fast. Just standing straight up and down, trying to make this recovery the best it can be. And to try to make my stepdad's money worth it. All right, you guys, until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.